Watched the movie last night with my wife and had a good time with it because it was kind of like reminded me a bunch of the early Guy Ritchie movies combined with a Scott Adkins action movie kind of combined together, which would be two things I really enjoy combined into one. And one of the fun things about the movie was that it kind of went against kind of your usual character arc. Like the story, people think that you're in a typical Scott Adkins movie, but actually he's not. He's just trying to get his money. What was it like playing a character that is sort of against type while also playing into the type at the same time?
Well, it was my choice, really. We adapted the script. Vinnie Jones wanted to do it. I wanted to do it. Wanted to work with Vinnie, and this opportunity arose in my schedule where we had the opportunity to make this film. And I insisted that my writing partner, Stu Small, rewrite it to make my character a complete and utter buffoon, because that's something that I just fancied having a crack at.
Two! Oh, bollocks.
I'm not sure how the producers felt about it, but that's what I wanted to do. Yeah. So I just made the guy a complete and utter fool.
And that's like, even though I wrote that in mind, I hope this isn't offensive, but he's playing kind of a moron in this movie.
Yeah, I wanted to play a moron. I was playing the real me, okay?
You kind of touched on something I was going to ask about later on, but I guess is this the seventh project you've done with Stu as the writer? Is that sound correct?
Yeah, could be. Yeah, probably. Yeah, we're friends from school, and we just get each other's sense of humor, and we like to work together because we're mates. And we've got plenty of other things in the pipeline that we're working on. But this just cropped up, and I said, look, let's Stu do a rewrite on it. And that's what we did.
I guess even to that point, was it kind of the straightforward version of the movie beforehand, before you kind of added in the flavor, the comedic flavor to it?
It had an element of the comedy, but he wasn't a buffoon. He was kind of like a nice guy in over his head. But we just made the guy a fool, which was interesting to me. I like to play different characters, like to try different things.
Yeah.
I suppose this is the most full-on comedy that I've starred in, even though I've been in the Brothers Grimsby and I did Max Cloud. That was pretty full-on. But yeah, we went full-on comedy for this. And it's difficult, comedy is really hard to make people laugh. You can make yourself laugh, but that doesn't mean other people are going to laugh. And so, not every joke lands, but you fill it with enough that hopefully they get something from it. And you've got the action, and you've got the story and the plot, and then you've got those comedic beats, and hopefully people have a good time.
Well, and that's exactly kind of what makes the movie pop and cut through, is seeing a different side of you and playing. You get all the things you want. You kick a lot of people in the face, but you also get this other side to it that like balances it out.
Yeah, well, as I say, it was something different for me, and I like to stretch myself and try different things. And I'm not really afraid to fail a lot of the time. I'm in a fortunate position where I can make I can choose to some degree what movies I want to do, and I can take a few risks and try something different. And so this is me trying something a little bit different.
When you do a project like this that is much more overtly comedy, does that affect the way you approach the action side to it to balance the tone of those?
It should do. The director didn't really want me doing martial arts, but I said, look, I've got to do martial arts because that's what people expect. It's a thing, I remember being a kid going to watch Nowhere to Run and being like, yeah, but come on, could we just do some more kicks? I know I've got obviously a big fan base who definitely expect that. And I don't want to let them down. So I'll always do that. So we had my character, Elliot, the director's like, well, how does it make sense that your character knows martial arts? This doesn't make sense. And he came, I've got an idea. We're going to give you a book, and it's called Martial Arts for Dummies, and you can read it in prison because you're trying not to get abused, and that's how you become a martial artist. So that was what we came up with.
So, well, I guess actually you touched on something actually had a question about. Do you ever feel a little bit trapped, like you have to be the martial arts guy? Does that feel like a box that you're stuck in, or is that kind of like you're honored to be put in that box?
I'm honored. I'm honored. That's what I wanted to be when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was growing up watching Bruce Lee, Van Damme, Jackie Chan, saying to my mother and father, I want to do what those guys do. So
Mhm.
I'm completely content with it.
Yeah.
And yeah, my agents have often said, you want to stretch yourself, you want to do different things. To which I have. I'm in the rip with Ben Affleck
Mhm.
and Matt
Yeah.
Damon.
Really
I'm
enjoyed
not
that one
throwing
too.
any kicks. In fact, I let Ben Affleck beat me up. But at the end of the day, if I'm starring in the film, I want to
Mhm.
give people what they expect to
Mhm.
some degree. I'm going to try something different. I try different genres, whether it's sci-fi, whether it's fantasy, whether it's comedy. But I'm going to put some punching and kicking in there
Yes.
just to keep the fan base
Yes.
happy.
Yeah, someday you'll do a Hallmark movie, and in the middle of it, you have to beat a bunch of people up in the town square or something before you kiss the girl or something. There you
Yeah,
go.
just before I do that, I'll kick someone through a window and chop someone else's head off.
Perfect. So Vinnie Jones is in the movie, and you talked about that was one of the hooks for why you wanted to do the movie. He has such a specific aura to him, in particular in this sort of crime genre. And what was it like playing off someone that has kind of a built-in history in this genre? And what was the appeal of kind of wanting to do that collaboration?
Well, unfortunately, I don't get a lot of scenes with him. Um, and we were so pushed for time on
Mhm.
that night. It was just like we just had to get it done. Didn't really even get to talk to him on a
Mhm.
personal level. So, but he's a really good actor. Vinny
Mhm.
is. He just naturally gets it. Um, so all power to him. He's great at what he does. I mean, I know he pretty much plays the same character, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right.
But he's very naturalistic with his line delivery, and he does it perfectly.
Completely different direction. Have there been any action martial arts movies you've seen in the last couple of years that just wowed you that you want to put on people's radar?
Well, I haven't seen The Furious yet, and that's meant to be the one.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. Um, what has wowed me? God, it's hard to get wowed, isn't it? I'm looking forward to The Furious. That's meant to
Yeah.
have some. That's
So
meant to
I
be
was
the one.
I was hoping you'd seen The Furious so you could get me hyped up for it since we're just a couple weeks away
Yeah.
from it coming out and finally it seems like everyone else has seen it except me and you.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I will be going to I hope they show it on the cinema in the UK.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you recently just completed your directorial debut, which I'm very excited to check that out, both because you're directing it as well as partnering up with Lewis and then the subject matter in general. Um, was there something specific you wanted to accomplish going in as a director for the first time?
I always wanted to direct, and I always knew I'd do it. And I didn't really think it would have took me this long to do it, to be honest. The problem is, to be the director, I have to be in it. And I didn't want to be the lead role. I wanted to be a supporting part. But then I got this story, and I was talking to other directors about it. And nobody really understood it the way I understood it. And I didn't want to butt heads with any directors. Like, I don't want, it's not for me to be telling them what to do. And I came to the realization that I'm going to have to direct this because I see it so clearly. And I really love the story that was written by Matt Venn. And so I just decided, okay, I'm going to direct this. Um, and we went ahead and we did it. And I just finished it on Saturday, and I'm still absolutely destroyed. It's very hard making an action film, and to direct on top of that, to be the lead, to do all the fights, to do your own stunts, and to direct the whole project. And it won't end now. I mean, we've got to do the post and everything.
Mhm.
It is very difficult. It's because, I wish I had more time and money, but that's never the case. So it makes it even more difficult.
Mhm.
You got to push, man. You got to push hard. You got to push everyone. You got to push the crew.
Yeah.
I don't think I won any friends on this one because I was so passionate about
Yeah.
it. And, for a lot of people, it's a job. And, I'm from here to then. And for me, it's like life or death.
Right.
And so I was very passionate about it. And on a 22-day shooting schedule,
Mhm.
got to move fast, man. And I expect a lot of people. So I don't know. I was a bit of a beast.
I mean, that's the exact stuff that's so fascinating to me of like the nature of which movies kind of turn into something just crazy special, which ones don't, and when you can get the crew motivated just the right way where everyone's in sync and you get something special out of it. So I'm really excited to see, to check it out. Um, and hopefully I can interview again specifically about that project. But
Yeah.
last couple questions. First one, looking back at your career, if you wanted to like send someone to a couple of your movies as like the definitive Scott Adkins starter pack to get to know what you're all about, what would be those ones that immediately would come to mind?
Did you say a couple or how many?
You can say as many as feel right to you.
Well, you got to go through the Undisputed franchise because that's everyone's favorite. And then I would say Accident Man and Avengement. Well, the definitive one's going to be Brawler, isn't it? Because
Yes.
that's a one-man show.
Very nice. And one final thing, what are action fans, what are they going to be surprised by when they check out the movie this weekend, Reckless, the movie this weekend?
They're going to be surprised that I'm such a buffoon, probably. But no, look, it's just a fun movie with a very British sense of humor and colourful characters, outrageous, zany story. Yeah, it's just me going all out comedy-wise. Just have fun with it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. I enjoyed the movie. I'm very excited to check out Brawler when it comes out. And thank you for all that you do.
Thanks, Sean. Speak again, mate.